The MACC has reportedly frozen over 20 bank accounts and 3.1 million ringgit in assets believed to belong to two officers stationed at the Malaysian High Commission in Bangladesh. According to local news reports, the officers were also detained for allegedly accepting bribes to help tourists and workers from Bangladesh to get visas in order to enter Malaysia. Bernama, citing a source close to the investigation, said the agency detected a number of suspicious transactions in the suspects' bank accounts and ordered them to return to Malaysia to assist in the investigation. The duo, a man and a woman, were arrested when they turned up at the MACC headquarters in Putrajaya to give their statements. Meanwhile, MACC Chief Commissioner Tan Sri Azam Baki confirmed the arrest with Bernama and said the case involves allegations of graft and money laundering. The agency is now seeking Wan Siti Liana Sakijan from Air Hitam Johor to assist its anti-money laundering division. In a separate development, the MACC said it has seized two bank accounts belonging to Bersatu, which were frozen in January in relation to investigations and charges against its president and former Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin. Previously, the accounts were frozen in accordance with Section 44 of the Anti-Money Laundering, Anti-Terrorism Financing and Proceeds of Unlawful Activities Act 2001 to facilitate a probe into money suspected of being obtained from illegal proceeds. The MACC carried out the seizure after serving an order on the banks in accordance with Section 50 of the same Act. It said this in response to a report in The Edge that said Bersatu still had no access to its bank accounts, even after the 90-day period had passed. Under the Act, a freezing order ceases to have effect after 90 days from the date of the order if the person against whom the order was made has not been charged with an offence. Malaysia's inflation rate eased to 3.4% in March, mainly due to a decline in the price of unleaded petrol RON 97, which eased prices for the transport segment. Chief Statistician Datuk Sri Dr. Muhammad Muhyiddin said the fall in the fuel price was in line with the downward trend of the Brent crude oil price, which was at $78.53 per barrel in March, compared with $115.59 the previous year. Still, inflation for food and non-alcoholic beverages at 6.9% and restaurants and hotels at 7.2% remained high, although it was lower than the previous month. The communications group recorded negative 1.4%. Breaking it down by state, Muhammad said 9 recorded increases below the national inflation rates of 3.4%, with Kedah recording the slowest expansion of 2.1%. 6 states recorded increases above the national inflation level, namely Putrajaya at 4.5%, Selangor 4%, Sarawak 3.8%, Johor 3.7%, Pahang 3.7% and Perak 3.6%. Veteran banker Tan Sri Nazir Razak will retire from his position as the non-executive chairman of Bank Pembangunan Malaysia (BPMB) upon completion of his 2-year tenure effective April 22nd. Nazir was formerly the chief executive officer and chairman of CIMB Group before joining BPMB in 2021 and oversaw the planned consolidation of development finance institutions. Phase 1, namely the merger between Dana Jamin Nasional and BPMB, was completed this year and will be followed by Phase 2, which is the merger with SME Bank and Exim Bank. In a statement, Nazir thanked Putrajaya for the opportunity to serve BPMB, noting that over the last 2 years, the group has completed the merger with Dana Jamin, significantly strengthened its management bench and improved operations and overall governance, resulting in a stronger and more integrated BPMB group today. It also launched the Agenda 2025 Transformation Plan and embedded an objective method for evaluating loans and investments with its Mind Impact Assessment framework. Nazir said retirement will allow him to dedicate more time to his ASEAN private equity investments and his new role as the chairman of the ASEAN Business Advisory Council Malaysia. LPI Capital saw its net profit grow 14% for the first quarter of FY 2023, thanks to higher investment return that was mainly contributed by fair value gains amid recovery in the bond market. The insurer, founded by the late banking magnate Tan Sri Teh Hong Piao, posted a net profit of 73.83 million ringgit. Revenue grew 11% year-on-year to 463.3 million ringgit. Going forward, while the resumption of full economic activities will enable LPI to expand through new opportunities, the expected implementation of wider phased liberalisation measures will continue to exert greater competitive pressure on the general insurance industry, resulting in new challenges. The group said it will continue to identify and expand its distribution channels to reach out to a wider segment of its targeted market and establish new streams of intermediaries to strengthen its presence. Amid high inflation rates and keener competition, it said it will work on further improving its market position and enhancing its underwriting and claims management to ensure a better insurance service result.